We also had, speaking of Becky and Trish, Miz TV. Becky Lynch was on Miz TV. And essentially, as I just mentioned, they made it official. Becky will face Zoe Stark in a rematch next week. If she beats Zoe, she will then face Trish. I don't know if they said at SummerSlam, but I can't imagine it would happen on Raw. What I didn't like about this, I mean, the actual exchange was not good. It kind of felt like they had a couple lines in there and people just weren't reacting, and they didn't have a lot of chemistry here is what I'm trying to say. But what I also did not like about this was that they said if she beats Zoe, then she gets Trish. If she loses to Zoe, she has to get a tattoo on her chest saying, "Thank you, Trish." I mean, I don't know if they meant losing to Zoe or if she loses to Trish or whatever. I just thought that was very fucking dumb because we know that's not going to happen. So it just, I mean, we already knew Becky was winning these matches, but I just feel like it makes it all the more obvious that she's going to be winning.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the stipulation. I honestly didn't. I kind of must have missed that, but that's the stipulation's probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. But you know, they always got to put some kind of hoopla in there. But like you said, it kind of makes it more. I don't know, obvious the right word, but it makes it more likely that she'll beat Zoe here. Which I mean, I think we're going to get Trish and Becky. So not that it's like, oh my god, I'm so shocked. But if she loses to if that's the stipulation for Trish and Becky, then obviously Becky's going to win.
Yeah, it just makes sense, and I think that's a likely nice addition to the SummerSlam card, as I just mentioned. Another non-title story. Again, whether you care about it or not, up to debate. It hasn't been the greatest feud, as I've said before, and as I just mentioned a minute ago. But they're trying with it. It's keeping Becky busy outside of the title picture. It's better than her just being out there winning random matches. So I appreciate that what they've done with these women involved, and Zoe's getting way more TV time out of it than she would be if she wasn't involved in the story. I mean, look at the call-ups in the last couple of months since the draft back in late May, or it's been almost 3 months actually, since late April, early May. On Raw specifically, they got, I don't even know if Odyssey Jones is alive. He got drafted to Raw, but there has not been a single mention of the guy. He might be in the back of a milk carton. I mean, I don't know if they went back on that one. It's not like he's in NXT. I assume he's hurt, because I don't know what the fuck happened to Odyssey Jones. He might be dead. I kid, but hopefully, seriously, he's okay. Among the other people, I don't have the list in front of me, but I know 3 people that were drafted to Raw. Indusheer was one of them. They're not on TV every week, but they have more of a presence than these other 3 people. And those 3 people include Apollo Crews, which we had to expect would go right back to fucking main event. I mean, that was obvious. And that's kind of where he's been. He had those 2 matches with... No, Woods faced Dominic twice. He faced Dominic once on Raw, and that was it. And we haven't seen him since. JD McDonough, who I thought they were teasing with something with him in Judgment Day, which they were like a month ago, but he's just not on the show consistently enough for people to care. He had a mini feud with Dolph that went nowhere. I don't even know if they had a match after that. I don't remember. But he's barely on the show. And who was the other one? Oh, Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell was in that Tag Team Turmoil match a couple of weeks ago with Candice. They were eliminated almost immediately. And I would say, well, maybe it's because I thought it was because she's still hurt, because she got hurt in NXT like Grayson Waller. And then I don't even know if she got physical in that Turmoil match a couple weeks ago, but maybe she didn't tag in. No, she was on main event a week or 2 ago facing fucking Dana Brooks. I'm thinking, okay, she's definitely not hurt. So why are they not? I mean, this is the former NXT Women's Champion. I mean, I know she's not Charlotte Flair, but it's like, how do you go from being NXT Women's Champion to not even being featured on Raw at all? I just don't understand that whatsoever. So I feel like they just might have too many people on the roster at this point. They have a problem where they just call up too many people or they fire everyone and they have no talent. Like, they need to find a happy medium of a number of people on these shows that they know what to do with them. Otherwise, we end up in situations like this, dude, where we just don't see these people from week to week and they wonder why they don't get over.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I feel like the management of how they've handled some of these people. Like I said, Odyssey Jones, I mean, I have no idea where he is. I actually like him.
Me too.
I was more shocked that he got called up more than anything else. But I mean, I think Zoe Stark. I mean, she's definitely the one that sticks out. Like, at least they're using her, and she's been pushed well, and all that stuff. So good for her, because I feel like out of everyone else, she's definitely got the best push coming.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, how are people? I thought, like you said, with McDonough, I'm pretty sure I read that like they might have been cooled off on pushing like the whole Judgment Day thing with him. Because like you said, we haven't seen him in a week, so I don't know if they're going to go in that direction and they're going to wait or what they're going to do. So I guess technically, like, Finn and Damian are back on good terms, so maybe they're just going to hold off on McDonough and Judgment Day. So we'll see on that front. But, I mean, like I said, Indy's not on the show. I mean, Pretty Deadly's been all over SmackDown.
Yeah, no, they've been pushed well, yeah.
Elton Prince got hurt last week,
Mm-hmm.
but, I mean, they've been all over the show. So, like, them and Starks definitely pop out to me. Like, they've definitely got their fair share of a run, but like I said, there's also plenty of people I couldn't even tell you if I've even seen them on the show.
I'd throw Waller in there, too. He's all over SmackDown as well.
Correct. Yeah, I honestly just didn't even remember.
Yeah. No, he's on there weekly. But aside from them, though, they called up, I think, 12 people or something? They called up a lot of people, and it's just... I can't even say they're booked poorly because they're not even on the show. I mean, they're booked poorly by not even being featured. It's the AEW issue where you sign someone and you don't use them. It's kind of what we're getting right now. And on a 3-hour show, and Raw was good this week. I love the Judgment Day stuff, but when the Judgment Day are in like 5 different segments and you don't have time for a 2-minute squash for JD McDonough to beat someone to at least help attempt to get him over, it's kind of a problem. So it's something they need to address and attempt to fix going forward.